So, I found out while I was gone in that depression that I have a volcano, and so does my king. Being in that docile state for 10 years has made him very comfortable, which he should have been, financially and otherwise. I had everything covered there. All it took was a budget. So, this is my new shed with my new she-shack. Quite an improvement, yes. But I find I'm about to have a guest with video games, so I might just be buying my own. This can be a couple shack, and I'll just go ahead and get my own, because what I found in my family is while I was in that state, they got very comfortable pushing me to the side like the family retard, spending and doing whatever the hell they wanted, saying and doing whatever they wanted, treating me like do. She ain't gonna understand. She might forget because I was overworked. Don't overwork yourself. God knows you give them enough of your time. Don't give them your mind. You take that time out, Judette, and you breathe. And you exhale and you deeply inhale and you get some fresh oxygen so that you can be you. You can't be you. You can't be a queen. And you can't be a queen if you are not you. Because taking care of yourself like you would take care of the Savior the best you could, pampering yourself sometimes when nobody pats you on the back, nobody tells you that's a good idea, they just take it and run. No thank you. Anyway, at 60, I still got my skills to do hair. See? I'm working on my shit now. It's braided up in a circle. I still got my skill for gardening. I still got my skills for green trade and energy efficiency, drip or irrigation. I still have my medical skills because my husband had a surgery done and they fucked it up. When they took the stitches loose, it was started gushing everywhere with some fluid that had been building up in his back. So over the course of the last 3 weeks, I see my medical skills have kicked in high gear and there is no infection, no MRSA, none of that shit. So I have my medical emergency first aid training. Now, we have a problem. I have a heart problem. I have 2 leaks in my heart. Stress does this to me, and it pumps blood in my lung when I'm highly anxiety filled, because I'm holding it in like a volcano, and eventually it's going to explode. And so you get illnesses from that, Judith. You can't hold everything in. There's no communication, and that's a vital part in a relationship. Very vital, almost as vital as sex, because after you do it, you still got to talk to this fool. And if he's not your king, and you're looking for a king, and he's got no conversation other than how good that ass was, no plans, no goals, no nothing, let's do it again. Think about it. Do what again? Anyway, at 60, with this heart problem, and it all came from dehydration, not lubricating my body's organs enough, because the water that we drink, we self-consciously avoid drinking it because we know they're killing us. So the dehydration shows up under your eyes. They'll get a little dark, and their minds are a little dark. If you look at your veins, let me show you, and you don't see none popped up, that's dehydration. I've had to buy water to live. It's like people in Flint, because what I got in me, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease. This is all from holding the stress in. Before the volcano eventually erupts or implodes, you go through certain symptoms. Mine went straight up to my head when they stole my vote and purged my name off, and I had no criminal record. And you know, it hurt me so bad because as ADOS, that's all our deceased ancestors gave us as an inheritance. They've kept everything else from us. They've stolen everything else from us. So it kind of set this OCD person, straight A person, off into a precipice of balancing what's real and what wasn't real. And what God had for me to learn was going to take time for me to rest the mind from what the world had just done to me. And so all of that stressful stuff that I used to do as supervisors, assistant supervisor, trainee person, training everybody, filling in on days when they wasn't there, working 70, 80, 108 hours a week, 2 paychecks in 1 week. That was me. I couldn't handle something as minuscule as going to the store and buying something and counting my change. I couldn't go down to apply for help because I found it very hard to fill out the paperwork after being a major in English. But most important, the sadness of losing that ability kept me there. And when people don't understand your mental degrade, then sometimes they add to making it stay a little longer. Children don't understand it, sometimes even a spouse, because they've never gone through it. So, around 2009, I started coming out of the depression, but God woke me up a lot sooner than that. I was a crier on a radio station. I would pick up the newspaper, read something that they put forth or were going to pass, and I would narrow it down to what it meant to us. 9 times out of 10, it didn't mean a damn thing for us, to us, or anything. It was just like they were bypassing. So I did a segment on the invisible man, the invisible citizen, which is us. And I said, we don't choose to be invisible. This nation chooses to ignore. It's sort of like shitting over in the corner on your mother's curtains. But you won't look in the corner when she's in the room, so she will go over to the corner to see the shit you did. And America is hiding its shit on our curtain. And they've been hiding it for a long time. They tried to keep us from reading, find out where we came from and whose we were. Every nation has a God that looks like them. Every nation, except us, except all the brown people. What happened to their spirituality? So this aroused my curiosity enough to start seeking our Father's face. I was so grateful when He gave me back everything else. I looked at an old piece of art. I think our people were enslaved in Egypt at the time. Could have been in Rome. But they had these kind of togas on. And I noticed that all the people in the picture were brown or black. Some of them had halos around their head. They were the slaves. The ones standing over them, making them work, were black also. But they were the taskmasters. So that should tell everybody that God made two kinds of black people out here. One blessed with the Spirit and one not. Those who put us in slavery shall go in slavery. And those who killed by the sword will die by their own sword. So, when I woke up and I was spiritually awakened, I had to look around at what was around me. Because while I was fighting to get my mind back, by taking it easy and taking a little bit in a day at a time, and a little bit of family, going back to cooking, doing the housework, it was a gradual step. But while I was doing this, my OCD wants to put something down and know it's there. Well, sometimes the family moves my shit around. I told you they push me in the corner. They push my shit in the corner too. So when I put something somewhere, it's like they playing hide and seek. You know how I am, and you move my shit around. I don't touch nobody's shit. I touch my pots, I touch my pans, I touch the soap, I touch the goddamn towels and wash them and fold them. But I can't put my knitting down. I can't put my arts and craft down because I'm a painter. I can't put nothing down in my space that makes me, me. Now that, while I was in that fucking funk, that mental funk, that might have been okay. It's not now. If I'm going to be here 60 years, I'm going to see some of me. And I don't want your goddamn hands on it. Okay? Respect me. Keep your fucking hands out my shit, moving it all over like it's yours. Real simple. I don't care if you look at it. Just don't move it all over the fucking house. Put it out in the fucking shed. Out in the yard. My tools for construction. I build houses from the ground the fuck up. I forgot to tell y'all that too. And inside, finish work, the whole kit and caboodle down to rent ready. So these is all the jobs that I had that were highly stressful. Niggas don't get it. Niggas do not get it. I taught my sons my trades while I was in that kind of funk. Because that shit brings me back when I'm doing something I enjoy. But they were rusting up my fucking tools. Leaving them in the yard. Throwing cigarette butts in my garden. All over the lawn. Shit that made me feel happy. They were just shitting all over my curtain. And hoping I wouldn't see it. Or, if I did, maybe I'd blow it off like I don't fucking count. Right? So this is what I've been absorbing. This is why I go to the psychiatrist, because I'm trying to get me back, and it seems like every fucking body is trying to push me the fuck away. But if you want me away, you don't want to see my shit, you don't want to see nothing of me other than my ass, we got a problem. We got a problem. So, trying to explain that this morning. Because we just moved. Half our shit is in one house, still coming down. We old. You can't get the shit in the house that you need. And stuff that you need that you don't have the money for yet. You just gotta have patience. You've heard all about me. I'm OCD. He's ADD. Can't sit still, and he's retired. For the last 7 years. While I'm coming out. He's moving my shit all over the house. All over. Pushing my stuff. Where is this? Where is that? Oh, you probably forgot. See, that's another thing we got a problem with. Oh, you forgot that. I told you that. You see, they use that. I said, well, explain the conversation because I'm starting to remember things. They can't recall a conversation, but they recall that I forgot. Like they're in my head and told me to forget it. Yeah? We have a problem. So I asked him, I said, husband, see all this stuff I've been doing? I did it without bothering you. When you start doing shit, you start bothering me and giving me orders like, and then when I tell you that it's bothering me, you freak out because you're trying to say I'm unable to understand your mental illness. Oh no, baby. I've been wearing it like you wore mine. And I understand. But you gotta respect me. Like I gotta respect the fact that you gotta run all over the house doing shit. Just don't do it on mine. Okay? You can do the whole fucking house if you want. Just leave. Leave Kim shit alone. Kim shit got papers and notes and stuff that come together in a novel. Kim shit got art drawings. Kim shit got child books written down. Kim shit got telephone number connections to Africa for her second return. Home. Home. Go home. Got a problem with that too, because my husband don't want to go. But, yo, I ain't never liked sitting in shit. And if all the monkeys over here want to keep putting shit on me, I'm going to be smart enough to get the fuck away from it, right? Right? If I get the opportunity to leave the prison, why would I fucking stay? But comes with recognizing what's around you all those years when you were in the dark. So, I'm out here in my yard and I'm doing me. I'm breathing. I'm thinking. I'm recording. I'm becoming. And I'm not letting anybody stop me anymore. And if they step on my fucking toes, I'm going to kick them in the nuts. Because I done already told them for almost 20 years, get the fuck off me. I'm the only one here. Right? But I'm not asleep. But I'm not your fool. I'm not your punching bag. I'm not your goddamn screen post. We have a problem. Because while he's all over the place, I'm supposed to be sitting there like, taking it. There's a problem. Right? If he don't stop, there's going to be a plan B. I will not be used for sex as a child of God and told to shut the fuck up when you feel like it. I notice you got plenty of goddamn conversation in that motherfucking video game when them headsets is on. And you know how to talk to them. But me, you got the wrong one, brother. The wrong one. I've been trying to tell you, if you don't pull your leash on your shit, and you know I know the dirt, the stink, the funk of that cracky ass, okay? We come from a long line of mistakes, both of us. So that means don't fuck with each other. Don't cross those lines. If I ask you don't touch my shit, please don't. And don't tell me I'm going too long explaining to you why not to touch my shit. Because every time you touch it, I gotta go longer and longer and longer. So maybe you'll understand, like this drummed in your head, to leave her shit alone. See? It's real simple. Been telling y'all for years, but I'm gonna drone this shit and drag this shit till you get it. Get out my space.